Welcome back, Army. We are here with the album premiere for Park Jimin from BTS's second mini album, MUSE. I just finished doing a reaction video to the music video title track Who, which is amazing. If you're not bopping along to it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're missing out. It is so good, like a different style that from him than we've heard before. It fits his vocal ranges perfectly. Motorcycle outside. But now we're going to be taking a listen to the rest of the album. It is a total of 7 tracks. That's why I call it a mini album, because it's like 7 tracks and some of them are like interludes. Album is a total of like 20 minutes, a little bit under 20 minutes. But obviously we're going to skip the songs that we've already listened to, which is Esmeralda Garden Marching Band, Who, and the closing song, Closer Than This, because he dropped that video for us last year before he left. As we already know, this album, as P-Dog has mentioned, and as I think most of us figured out from the music video for Esmeralda Garden Marching Band, this album is like a concept album inspired by the Beatles' Lonely Hearts Club Marching Band. Lonely Hearts Club, they're like lonely because they don't have that partner. And this is kind of like taking us through down the track, following up where Face left off, where he's like being very self-introspective, discovering who he is, who his muse is, like trying to figure out, it's almost like as he's trying to figure himself out, but also like a little bit of like a love songs to all of us. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in. We're gonna start this off with the title track, and also I love that the design with the Esmeralda flower, if you guys remember from their lore from the Love Yourself era, The Truth Untold. So we're gonna kick it off with Rebirth, which is perfect because it is similar to how like it's kind of picking up where Face left off. If you remember the music video, he was kind of like of Set Me Free Part 2. He was in black and then he finished doing like white, so I feel like it's a continuation of that. So let's go. You can hear like a heartbeat and the music slowly fading in, like kind of like a dream like.
If I'm trying to be special, can I get closer to you? 느껴져 두근거림이 너의 손끝이 날 스쳐 지나갈 때. If I'm trying to be special,
He is special.
너와 눈 맞추면 노래할 수 있게. I'll show you, baby. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, I didn't think I cared. Oh my gosh, it's not 숨겨지지 않아. 넌 나의 어둠 속 light, like 태양이 비추는 vibe.
He mentioned Taeyang and Vibe. The choir. Oh my gosh. With you. The choir in the background. The choir, the orchestra, the way it faded in it is like a perfect intro. It's like literally it sounds like a rebirth. It sounds like a rebirth, and he's mentioning like he's looking for that special somebody. He's looking for a good love. He wants to be that one for you. I love that he mentioned Taeyang and Vibe. Like, oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. But this is like a perfect intro to the album. Like, it gives us a little bit of an idea of what to expect. It's not as aggressive, I feel like, as Face. Obviously for Face, the title track, like Crazy, was like a pop song, but I feel like the rest of the track was like a little bit dark, and especially with Set Me Free Part 2. It was kind of like his darker side, but here, now that he got that out of his system, he's feeling a little bit lighter. He's feeling like a little bit happier, and he wants to like find love. He's ready to find love, like to be loved and love somebody. I love this intro. Like his vocals, I love how he did his own harmonies, but with the choir, it just made it literally sounded like a rebirth. Like if you could personify and bring like that concept to life, this is what it sounds like. Oh, so good already. So we're gonna move on to Interlude Showtime, not to be confused with Interlude Shadow. That's the other guy. So Interlude Showtime. The clown noises again, circus. Keeping with the theme from Face. His vocal. You can hear him humming. And the band comes in. Like the entrance to a circus, you know, like the circus is marching into town. Oh my gosh. The way that they blend the chorus into the music and him humming, you can hear his breath. You can hear his humming also.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's show.
That's Jimin. Oh my god. Okay. I'll be honest with you guys. When I saw the music video for Esmeralda Garden Marching Band, like with that intro, I was like so confused because it was definitely like out of left field from what he had left us with in Phase to like that. I was like, I felt like it was a really sweet, happy, boppy song, like almost like a cute, almost like a fan song. It didn't feel like a title track to me, which makes sense. It wasn't the title track, it was kind of like a B-side. But with this intro, Interlude Showtime, and it feeds perfectly the way that Rebirth sounded and closes off, and then it starts up with the marching band walking in, the Esmeralda Garden Marching Band, and the intro, it flows so perfectly to the song that we already, obviously, we know it's like a similar sound. So like the cohesiveness already of this album, it's like so well curated. Literally, he thought of a concept and he's seeing it through. From the beginning to the start with the Rebirth intro and the little interlude, which is kind of like, I guess you could take it two ways, like the circus is starting the circus, like Showtime, like he's putting on a show, or you know, you could interpret it also as like this is his version, Jimin's version of like Sgt. Pepper. This is Sergeant Jimmy with his Esmeralda Garden Marching Band, which is like a huge nod of respect towards the Beatles, because you cannot deny that the Beatles had like a huge influence on modern day sound, like because every album they had was like so different phonetically and lyrically, so they definitely had like a huge impact. Even like to these days, artists will reference the Beatles as like the legends, like the legendary, the way that they did the albums was like insane. So that was Interlude Showtime. We're gonna skip Esmeralda Garden Marching Band because we already heard that one. So the next up one is Slow Dance. Ooh, Slow Dance featuring Sophia Carson. Let's go. If it's a ballad and they're singing to each other, I don't know. I wonder if it's all in English too. Intro with the guitars. We know that he was.
I just wanna slow dance, baby. You can take my hand. 서두르지 마, 그저 우리 템포를 내가. 너와 나만의 favorite song. Slow dance, 이건 마지막 romance. 언제까지나 너의 손을 놓지 않을게.
Ah, he's serenading you.
Favorite song, cheek to cheek.
Cheek to cheek.
Your heartbeat on mine.
Oh my.
따스한 melody. 그 리듬에 맞춰 relax your mind. 나도 모르는 그 사이에 어느새 너의 미소만 가득 찬 내 맘 숨길 수 없잖아. Come on a little closer. 내 맘의 별은 오직 너야. 오직 너야. I just wanna slow dance, baby. You can take my
I love the way he says baby.
서두르지 마, 그저 우리 템포를 내가. 너와 나만의 favorite song. Slow dance, 이건 마지막 romance.
This is our last romance.
너의 손을 놓지 않을게. 함께 부르는 favorite song. Yeah. Oh, wanna rush, now let's take it slow, yeah. Now let me get to know you. Falling for you at the speed of light. Wait up, give it time. Baby, it's you and me.
Oh.
Something so real.
Oh.
Oh my, you're the closest.
Oh, vocals.
Feel like we could touch the sky, yeah. Couple hours, oh my God. So take my hand, oh, 'cause we can't get enough. What you say, baby? Come on, yeah.
Slow dance.
Don't cancel in my place.
My place.
Tempo of our favorite song. Don't let go, keep moving along. Slow dance, we're caught up in a romance. Tempo of our favorite song. In this moment, baby, we can slow dance. Got me canceling my plans.
Got me canceling my plans.
Tempo of our favorite song. Don't let go, keep moving on. Slow dance, we're caught up in a romance. I'll get into the tempo of our favorite song. In these moments where we belong, yeah.
Oh my God. Bro. He brought in the brass. He brought in the saxophone. He did not close that out with a saxophone. Whew. I love this song. Sophia Carson brought the vocals, the flavor, the little groove, like got us feeling like getting goosebumps and like giggling, because you know you're feeling the vibe of the romance of like them slow dancing together. Like really, it's a pop romantic ballad. I love that he starts his verse with both English and Korean, and then she does her verse in English, obviously, and then the last chorus is the English. So we get two versions of the chorus. We get the Korean chorus and we get the English chorus, but it's like romance. Got me something about tempo of my favorite. I already forgot it. Tempo of my favorite song got me caught up in this romance. When the phrase where he said like cheek to cheek, also in the chorus he said like romance. This is our last. I think this is our last. This is our last something. Machimak slow dance. I have to re-listen. But her vocals fit so well with his, especially when she went into like those higher notes. Oh my gosh, you guys better show this song some love. Do not harass the girl. Oh my gosh, she did amazing. Like they sound so good together. This is like a perfect collaboration, you know. Jimin, Sophia together, collaboration. Like it flows so perfectly because it's like a love album, like a romantic album, like a sweet about love. I think it's gonna be on like my, obviously Who is like my number one from this album. And I think Slow Dance is my number 2. Obviously, I love all of them, but like of the songs that I'll have like on replay more often is like definitely those two, because the vibes it was giving me, like I felt like I was intruding. I felt like, you know, this is a song that you want like to play with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, wife, etc. They sounded so good together, like a full-on romantic ballad. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how else to describe it. But the next up is Be Mine, which is, I feel like just from the title, it's like a perfect flow from Slow Dance, because, you know, in Slow Dance you're kind of like wooing the person. You're kind of like getting to know them, getting romantic, getting like more attached. So now you're gonna confess to them and ask them to be mine.
Moving, coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love that those Spanish guitars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah.
Moving, coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they incorporate a little bit of like the clownish sound, the circus sound.
Dig on island, through my party, yeah. I know what you want.
Latin flavor, definitely.
Baby, I want the same. Love till the morning. Ways to skip falling. 어차피 우린 연결된 DNA. Baby, come, show me what love is. Yeah, yeah. 뜨겁게, 뜨겁게 녹여줘, 뜨겁게 빨리. Lovers come and go, in and out of my heart. 빠져들수록 깊어만 가는 걸.
I love how his vocals are blending with the guitar.
I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. Coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah. I want you to be mine. Coming, loving,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want you to be mine. Coming, loving,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. I want you to
Those Spanish guitars.
Don't need to worry. Just follow my lead. 내가 네 맘에 더 가득 찰 수 있게. Baby come, show me what love is. Yeah, yeah. 뜨겁게, 뜨겁게 녹여줘, 뜨겁게 빨리. Lovers come and go, in and out of my heart. 빠져들수록 깊어만 가는 걸.
Lovers come and go in and out of my life. The guitar!
I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. Coming, loving,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want you to be mine.
Moving, coming, loving. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want you to be mine. Coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god!
Be mine.
I want you to be mine.
I want you to be mine.
Oh my god! And he slowed it down. It is very definitely very Latin flavor.
I want you to be mine.
I want you to be mine.
I want you to be mine. Coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love how it paused the music.
Coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, and the bass.
Coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah. I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. Coming, loving, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Moving, coming, loving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys, nice Spanish guitar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I lied. After Who, Be Mine is my second favorite, and then it's Slow Dancing. Because the arrangement of the song is so beautiful. I know we've seen clips of like Jimin practicing the guitar, so we know the boys love their guitars, but like the fact that they incorporated that Spanish guitar, which like if you hear a Spanish guitar, it is the equivalent of like I am going to romance the heck out of you. like sweep you off your feet, because the Spanish guitar is like equivalent with like romance and like passion, just and the way that they just like the way they arranged it, it just definitely gives you that feeling, obviously like that Latin flavor, but also like it gives you like the romantic feeling. And also, if you guys noticed, throughout both songs, like throughout the album, they have incorporated those like sounds of like a circus, like very faintly but like distinctive sounds. But starting from Slow Dance, they started introducing the guitar, like the guitar sounds. In B Mine, it was definitely more present. And then obviously the next track is Who, which, as we already remember, if we listened to the song already, watching the music video, you hear those guitars again. So like the fact that they incorporated these guitars and like the bass and the sound of like the drums and the saxophone, they literally, it was curated, this album was curated so perfectly, because it's literally, there's no way you can mistake this album for anything other than like an album about romance, like finding his perfect mate, finding somebody to love that's out there. Like he's ready, he's prepared to fall in love. Jimmy She, I will be yours whenever. And just the way that he sang it, obviously also the layering of his vocals in this song, the way like his higher pitch was like blending so seamlessly with the guitar, like you could barely tell which one was his because the notes were like on par. So after Be Mine is Who, and then the closing song is Closer Than This. So literally it was perfectly curated. It takes us from a little starting point of like the rebirth. He's now like at peace with himself. He's expelled all his demons, like all his darkness. He's done with it. He's gotten it out of his system, and now he's like in a good spot where he's like feeling soft and fluffy. So he's not gonna make us feel soft and fluffy and like make our hearts and tummies flutter. That's why it has the flower on the cover. I see what you did there, Jimin. I see what you did. I see you. But yeah, literally saying like, this is my rebirth. I'm feeling so much better. I'm in a good place. Small Garden Marching Band is like, hey you guys, I'm here. I'm here for you guys. I'm sharing the good vibes. You know, especially like for ARMY, I feel like it's a very subtle way of making it like a song for ARMY, but also like fitting in with the whole romance thing. It's almost like an introduction when somebody just first meets you and it's like, hey girl, wanna go out? Let's have some coffee. We're gonna have fun, I swear. I'm gonna take you to the fair. And then slowly from there, he's like, after the fair, you go like on a date to this like really cute romantic coffee, or like this little this club that's like very intimate, and you end up slow dancing cheek to cheek. And now after you've done your slow dancing, you go on the next date, and you're like couple dates in, and you're like, actually, you know what, we've been dating for 2 weeks now and I really dig you. I want you to be mine. Here are some Spanish guitars to woo you. And then it goes into Who. It's like, okay, so I'm looking for somebody to love. I'm ready to settle down. Are you the one, girl, that I've been talking to? Are you the one that's the girl that's gonna settle down with? And at the end, it's like, Closer to This, he's like happy. He found his person. So he's in a good spot. He's in love. That is my interpretation of the album. But anyways, oh my god, I'm so proud of this album. It's, I'm gonna cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. It's right up there with Bass. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Literally. J-Hope, Namjoon, and now Jimin. All three of those with their second releases, they have like, from first albums that they released, it was like, oh my god, what is this? This is amazing. And they're like, Hold My Esmeralda Flower. And they come out with a second album, and it's even better than their first solo work. You know, it's not, I'm not saying that it's the first one wasn't good, but the second ones are even better. Like, they're getting better. They're getting better each time. And I am here for it. I am going to support. Please remember to buy the tracks on iTunes, buy them one by one so that it helps with the charting. If you have your playlists, you know, we're gonna be focusing on Who title track focus, but also sprinkle in the other tracks. Don't loop your playlists. Make sure that you're putting 3 to 4 songs in between Who, just so it's like the streams count. Don't mute your streams. I feel like we all know this by now, Army, because we're like pros at the streaming game. And why do we do it? To show our support. Because right now they're serving, with exception for Jin, because Jin is out. He's free now. He's like, set me free, worldwide handsome. We want to show our support that even if they're not here, Army is right behind them. We're going to show up. We're going to support them. We are OT7 in this channel. OT7, no solo stands. So we're going to love them all equally. Support them with the streams, with the album purchases. If you can buy the physical albums, that's great. If you can't, you can support by streaming, because at the end of the day, they get their money from the streams of the music. Obviously, they do get money from like a portion of the sales from the CDs. They do get a percentage, but they get the biggest portion from the streams. So if you got Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, Melon, wherever you at, make sure to show the album sold in love. Hopefully we can get Who to chart on the Hot 100. We know like he was the first one who hit that with like crazy, and then JK followed afterwards with 7. So it would be amazing if we got if we got Who to also hit at least the top 10. We already know that it's gonna get some visibility in the States thanks to Jimmy Fallon putting it on his show. So we'll get people interested in it because we all know he gives an amazing performance. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure it's also gonna be put up on iHeartRadio K-pop with JoJo, because JoJo, like, I love him. He's so cool. I've listened to him since I was like in high school. And he's a very genuine person. Like, the way he sounds in his interviews, if you've seen his interviews, or if you watch K-pop with JoJo on Sundays, listen to K-pop with JoJo on Sundays, he literally is that nice and that chipper, and that's why I feel like Hive has given him access to a lot of the Hive artists. So I know he's definitely going to be dropping Who on the playlists. So yeah, I don't know, I'm babbling at this point. I'm babbling. So anyways, Armin, let me know what you thought of the album. What songs were your favorites? How happy are you with Jimin? How many albums did you buy? And anyways, I'll see you next time.